Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a follow-up and review video. So I have two videos that I need to do follow-ups on, both first impression / trying new makeup style videos. And as always, when I'm trying anything new on camera or I'm hauling anything, I will always come back in a couple weeks and share my reviews on everything. So I have a lot of reviews today, and then I also have a giveaway in this video. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so the first video that I'm doing a follow-up on, I did about a month ago or so, and this was a first impressions video, and one of the products in there that I was trying out for the first time was from Nudestix, and these are the Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. I was quite excited about these. I was really curious about them. I like the original Blur Stick from Milk Makeup, especially this week. I've been using it a ton, I feel like. So I was very curious about these. They said that you could wear it under makeup, you could wear it alone. It's just supposed to, you know, blur out your skin, blur out any pores or imperfections, but it's also supposed to give you a little bit of coverage as well. There's different shades in this also. I wasn't sure if I loved it in that first impressions video, and I know now that I don't love it, which is a bummer. So my thoughts on them. So it says here on the back, a tinted sheer coverage, lightweight, all over face stick that blurs texture to have a naturally smooth #NoFilter skin. Okay, so I didn't love wearing this underneath foundation. I didn't feel like it was doing my skin any favors. You know, there's definitely certain primers that I lean towards because I feel like they help smooth my skin, you know, blur out my pores, or just make my foundation sit nicer or last longer on my skin. And I didn't really notice that with these. I felt like some of my foundations were sitting funny on it. I also noticed that this would pill up on my skin, no matter if I was using my fingers, if I was using a brush. I was noticing it like pilling up on my skin, like little balls of the product was doing that. So that wasn't great for me. So I also tried to use it just by itself. You know, come warmer months here, I typically am going for more of a light coverage. You know, I kind of scale back makeup, especially when I know I'm going to be outside a lot. I don't want anything too heavy or too cakey on my skin. I wear tinted moisturizers or light coverage foundations more in the summer, so I was like, maybe these will be nice just to wear by themselves. And I also don't love it by itself. I don't really notice much of anything. A little bit of blurring, yes, I can tell a difference there. I just felt like I didn't really see a lot, and I almost kind of felt like more like I was just putting a primer on. It was like, yeah, I can like maybe a little tiny bit of a tint, but for me, like, I just need something more than that. You know, even my tinted moisturizers that I wear, I feel like they're just covering more or just doing more. So I just don't really love these under makeup, not with makeup. They're just not my favorite things to wear. These are $30, so they are pretty pricey as well. You know, I would rather pay that much money for a foundation. So these ones were a bit of a miss for me. These were sent to me from Milk Makeup to review. But of course, I'm always honest. If I don't love something, I'll let you know. And unfortunately, those ones were a miss for me. I was also trying out a new foundation in that video. This is the CoverFX Power Play foundation. Mine is in the shade P40. So I bought this one myself. I purchased the Sunday Riley Influencer foundation in the latest Sephora VIB sale. I didn't love it. I came back and exchanged it for this guy. I was kind of going between the two. The Influencer won out, unfortunately, but I'm actually very happy with this foundation here. This is $44. You do get 1.18 fluid ounces of product, which is pretty good. Most foundations are usually a 1 ounce, so you get just a tiny bit more. I really do like this foundation. It says it's a modern matte foundation, and so I wasn't sure I was going to love it because matte foundations aren't my absolute favorite must-have go-to foundations, but this one isn't too matte. I still feel like it never looked too cakey on my skin. It never looked like too much. You know, you can build it up to full coverage. I'd say it's a really good like medium to full coverage. You can build it up to a full coverage. I like using it with a sponge over a brush because I feel like it just kind of helps make it just kind of like tones down the coverage just a tiny bit for me because that's my personal preference with makeup. So I like applying this with a sponge. I feel like it's very long wearing. I do have some transfer issues with this. I've noticed when I wear this, sometimes I can get it like on the clothes that I'm wearing, like if I put a different shirt on or things like that, all of a sudden I'll notice foundation like around like the hemline of my shirt, which I don't notice with every other foundation, and then especially if I wear sunglasses, the transfer is really, really bad right here, which I mean, that happens with a lot of different foundations, but especially when I wear this one, I feel like when I take my sunglasses off, that's completely worn away and my sunglasses are full of foundation. And I don't notice that with every foundation because I do wear sunglasses almost every single day. I walk areas almost every single day and I don't notice it to be that bad with a lot of other foundations. So this one does transfer quite a bit. I will say I got the shade P40 and I wish I would have gone like a shade or two darker. I was definitely in like my winter pale shade range at the time that I was buying this foundation because it is a little too light for me right now since I am outside so much. I do, you know, get a tan in the summer and it's a little light. I wore it the other day just because I really do like the coverage. I like the way it makes my skin look. It's like a natural matte finish for me, but I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to use a lot of bronzer with this. So that's kind of a bummer, but I do like this one. I don't mind the packaging on it. It's not my favorite. You have like a little squeeze tube here and I noticed because I have used it so much, you know, trying to get this review ready, I kind of have to like really shake it when I'm, you know, pouring some out. So I don't know how I'll like that when it comes down to like the end of this foundation and how it will be to get out. But other than that, I really like the coverage. I like the way it makes my skin look. So I'm pretty happy with this foundation. I will be keeping it. So next up here, I tried this new product from Becca Cosmetics. This is the HydraMist Set and Refresh Powder. This is $38. This one was sent to me from Octoly. I was really excited to try it out because I felt like I was hearing some pretty cool things about it. It's a setting powder. You can use it under your under eyes. You can use it on your face. It has a bit of a cooling effect to it, which is really quite cool. I don't know if you can see, here's what it looks like. So you have this little cap here and it says keep me closed to keep me cool. There's a lot of water in this product, so when you put it on, it almost does feel like it's almost wet, which is pretty cool. If you apply it with a sponge or a brush or whatnot, like it always just feels like it's kind of going on a little bit wet, which is really neat. I do really like this powder. I was really impressed with it in that first impression video and I still really do like it and I'll continue to use it. The only thing that I've noticed that I don't love about it is that it almost kind of turns your product a little bit darker. So when I put this on to set on my under eyes, it's almost turning my concealer under there like a shade, an eighth of a shade darker. It's not a huge difference, but it's one that I definitely notice. I like lighter under eyes. I like to use a lighter concealer. I like to use lighter powders under there. The Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder is one that I really like. So when I noticed it was turning my concealer darker, I was like, ooh, I actually don't love that. I don't mind it on my face. That doesn't bother me as much and I don't notice it as much. I don't know, maybe it's because it's not, you know, such a, you know, specific area. It's kind of going all over. I don't notice it too badly on the rest of my face, so I mostly am just using it now to set my face and I kind of stay away from the under eyes because I don't like how it was doing that. But other than that, I do like it. I feel like it sets the makeup really beautifully. I feel like it gives a really like nice, I'm not gonna say like a super flawless finish, but a really nice finish to the skin. Again, it doesn't look too cakey when I put this powder on. So I've been using this one to set my face in a lot of different areas. So yeah, I thought this one was pretty good. Not a favorite. I kind of thought it would be. Not a favorite, but I do like it. So to finish off that video, I was trying a bunch of different products from Molly Beauty. So first up, I have their eyeshadow palette, and this guy, I believe, was $29. So this is what the palette looks like. You have 6 different eye shades in there, and then you also have a contour shade, and then also a highlight, and it does come with a mirror. I really like the packaging on all of it. The collection is called the Mallywood collection, and this is the Mallywood eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I don't mind this eyeshadow palette. The quality is pretty good for the shades, but just as I felt in that first impression video, it's kind of hard for me to come up with a complete look with these. I like all of the different shades in there. Loving is a little bit hard to get the hang of because it's more of like a pressed glitter. Best to apply with my finger, and I don't love applying things with my finger, but it's okay. The shadows are okay, the quality is okay. You need to use a spray with some of these shimmers in here, but they're not the colors that I'm necessarily gravitating towards at this moment. So I wasn't necessarily wowed by the eyeshadows, but I do have to say that the highlighter in here and also the contour, I have the contour on today. I'm actually really impressed with both of those. I felt like those were really nice shades. The contour is very nice. The highlighter is really, really beautiful out of here. So I mean, it's just probably gonna depend. I get a little bit of like modern renaissance vibes over here on the eyeshadow side. They're not bad, but they weren't my favorite, and you know, I have one of those minds where I look at it and I'm like, what am I supposed to do here? Like I get a little like overwhelmed and confused, but it's not bad. But I will say, there was one in there in the collection that I didn't use on camera that I actually really do quite like. So this is the Waza Ombre Highlighting Trio. Okie dokie then. Okay, so inside it's just a highlighting trio. Again, you have another mirror, and then you have these 3 highlights inside. The first one here is actually a cream, and then you have 2 powder ones as well. I don't love cream highlights, so I'm mostly staying away from that one. I just don't use them a lot. But the other 2 highlights in here are actually what I do have on my cheeks today. I just combined the 2 together, and I think that they are really, really pretty. So this guy here actually has me very impressed. I didn't use it in that video, but I did want to be able to review the whole collection in this follow-up, and this guy was one of the standouts from that collection. So I really do like him. Okay, and then I also tried the blush in there. So this is their highlighting blush, and I don't fully get these types of blushes. Nice packaging. Well, hello. Nice packaging. You do have a mirror. There's what the blush looks like. It's not quite my favorite. So like all of these shades are blushes, and then this guy here is kind of more of a highlighter. But I want to know what my blush is going to look like going on. And you can't really fit a blush brush into any one of these. But if you swirl it together, you don't really know what you're getting. There was one time where I tried it, and I swear, I put my brush in the exact same spot, and it looked like I had 2 different blushes on. And I was like, where do you go from here? Like, is your day just ruined? I don't know. So it's not my favorite. It's an interesting concept. If you like blushes like these and you don't mind kind of like that guessing game of what blush you're gonna get, maybe you would like this one. It's very pigmented, but it kind of like worked in the opposite for me, because I was like, ooh, now what am I supposed to do? I have all this blush on my cheeks and they don't match. What am I supposed to do? So this one I didn't quite love either. Now the other standout to me is actually the mascara. I have the mascara on today, and I've been really, really impressed with this one. So again, this is the Molly Smoky Mama Mascara. This one is $20. This mascara is actually really, really good, and I get so excited when I find good mascaras, because I'm normally a lash girl, but come summertime, again, we're outside a lot, we're doing activities, volleyball, boating, things like that. Like, I just don't always want to wear false lashes to all of that, so I need to find good mascaras, and this is a good mascara. The wand is super skinny, and it's also super thin. You can get right at the base of your lashes and really elongate the lashes. I think that these really make your lashes very long. They also make them very dark, which I think is great, and they even give a little bit of volume. Not like the most voluminous lashes you've ever seen in your life, but I love the length that it gives. And this is a 1 coat mascara, which has me so impressed. I can get the look that I want to achieve with 1 coat of this, which I think is pretty awesome. So this is another standout from that Mallywood collection. I believe you can also find these at Ulta as well. I have all the links down below, like I said. But yes, very impressed with this one. So the next video that I have to follow up for in this video is one that I did. I was trying out new makeup. I'll also have that one linked down below. The first product that I tried in there was this guy from Milk Makeup, and I was so excited about this. This is their Watermelon Brightening Serum. It is $36. So hyped to get this because I've been eyeing it. I was curious about it. So it's a serum, so it's skincare. It's supposed to be brightening and hydrating, and you're supposed to see results. You know, after a couple weeks of use, you're supposed to be able to visibly notice your skin looking better. And I was like, yes, I'm here for this. So I filmed the video. I used this serum, and I also used the new CoverGirl foundation, which I'll be reviewing here in a minute. And I broke out terribly. I still have a scar. Still have a scar from that horrible breakout. I was breaking out along my chin, and I was like, oh no, what happened here? And I was like, well, it was either this or this. Which one was it? And so I stopped using both. I let my skin clear up as best as I could, and I thought it's probably the skincare. A lot of foundations don't make me break out. It's usually skincare that's breaking me out. And so I let my skin clear up, and then I started using this again. Immediately broke out, immediately. And again, like all along my chin area, on the opposite side of where I had a huge breakout. Now I got it on the opposite side, and I was like, crud. So let my skin clear up again, and I was like, is it though? Is it? Because I want to wanted to love this so badly that I let my skin clear up. I tried it for a third time and I'm still dealing with the breakouts, especially right over here by my mouth. I also got some on my forehead this time and I was like, okay, it's this, stop using it. But it feels super cool on the skin. Like when you put it on, it truly is like you're putting a regular serum on, except it's in a stick form. Like I said, I love the Blur Stick from Milk Makeup. I'm also a big fan of the Hydrating Oil Stick. I use the Matcha Cleanser. I use the toner. I like all of those. And I just thought for sure we were gonna get along so well. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what ingredient in here is not working out with my skin, but it does not work. So of course, because it's breaking me out, is it gonna break you out? No, of course not. I wish I would be able to tell you the ingredient that's doing it for me, but I really am not positive on that one. But unfortunately it is. So I can't really say that I've seen any, you know, great effects from it because I haven't been able to use it for a prolonged period of time because my skin reacts so badly to this one. So, oh, I'm so upset about that because that's a bummer for me. But unfortunately this guy, it does feel really nice on the skin. You know, it's easy to use, it's convenient, it's travel friendly and all of that, but unfortunately I can't use it anymore. Okay, so moving on to the foundation. So this is the new one from CoverGirl, the True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I'm sure you've seen tons of videos about this one. CoverGirl was really amazing. They sent out a lot of PR kits to bloggers, especially smaller bloggers, which is super, super cool to see. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of videos about it, but I did want to come back, give my review after I tried it out for the first time on camera for that video. I'm very impressed with this foundation. So I will say that it's matte made, so it is a matte foundation. That is like my only thing that I don't love about it, that my skin can kind of just look a little bit like flat for me, a little bit dull. I just want it to be a little bit more. So I like using this with an oil underneath, an illuminating primer. The new one from CoverGirl is a nice primer to use. I like to wear a lot of highlight when I wear this, or I'll use an illuminating setting spray. But this is one that definitely, you know, after I'm gonna say like 4 or 5 hours of wear, I feel like my skin starts to look a little bit dull again. So when I'm using it, I would like to wear it if I'm going to be, you know, just needing it for a couple hours at a time or whatnot. And again, that's personal preference to me. If you love matte foundations, I do think that you would really like this one. It's a great medium to full coverage. It's buildable. Again, I like using it with a sponge versus a brush, kind of the same as the CoverFX and my reasonings why. But I feel like the long wear time on it is good. I just don't love it for me personally and that really matte look. I can't say it's my absolute favorite. That would be a lie. If I was putting it in my makeup monthly, I would put it in the fine category just based on my personal preferences. Is it 40 different shades of this guy, and it's around $9 or so. So, you know, it's affordable. I'm really liking this. I think it's a really nice drugstore foundation. The CoverGirl Healthy Vitalist Elixir foundation is still going to be my favorite because it gives more of a natural dewy finish, where this one is more like natural matte. But yeah, still really good. And this is what I'm going to be doing for today's giveaway. So I did receive the PR box, which is so amazing. I got every single shade of the full-size foundations. Every single shade. I do not need every single shade. I will say that, you know, I was trying to find my shade match, so I did swatch a few of them out of there. There's a couple that are my shade match. I sent some to friends and family members, so I don't have, you know, I'm not just like one shade down for the box, but I still have a lot of shades that I can put into a giveaway. So I did a similar giveaway like this when NARS sent me over their foundations for the Radiant Longwear foundation that they had, but they actually sent me a couple full size and then all of the shades in like a mini sample size, and I did a giveaway for those. These are actually full size foundations that people are going to be getting, which is pretty cool. So there is going to be 8 different winners, which is very exciting. So CoverGirl has the foundations broke up by light, medium, tan, and dark. And I'm going to basically just be cutting each one in half. So there's going to be 2 light winners, 2 medium winners, 2 tan winners, 2 dark winners, okay? I will leave in the description box down below a list of each of the shades because like I said, some I took, some I gave to friends, so it's not just going to be straight across the board. There's either going to be 4 or 5 foundations in each one, again just depending on how many are left in the box, but there will be 8 total winners. So make sure to check the description box. I will have a link in there for the giveaway. Just like I always do, you just need to be subscribed to this YouTube channel. I'll have a few other bonus ones in there, but nothing too crazy. And then I'll also have a spot for you to tell me which one you want. Do you want light 1, light 2, medium 1, medium 2, things and so on and so forth, so I know which ones you are entering for. It will be international. Please be 16 or older, have parents' permission. And again, just check down there. I'll leave anything else in there that I think is important down below, or I will also have it in the generator as well. But make sure to enter through that generator because the generator will choose the winners. I will email everyone and then get to work sending out the giveaway boxes. So again, 8 different winners. I just kind of do it this way. You know, maybe you can find 1 or 2 foundations that work for you. Maybe you'll mix them. Maybe you can give them to someone in your life as well. That would be so awesome. But I remember with the NARS, I was like, I'm gonna give away every single one of these samples to like different people, and I was like, that's just not really practical on my end or on your end. Like, how can you narrow it down to 1 or 2? It would be hard. Like, I had a little bit of trouble still getting my exact shade match, so I'm hoping at least the 8 winners find at least 1 in there that they can use. So I'm really excited about that. So a huge thank you to CoverGirl for sending that to me. I'm so excited to be able to spread the love back. So make sure you get entered. Other than that, let's keep it rolling with the reviews. Also in that video, I tried out this palette here from Morphe. This is the 8L or 8 Lo-Fi Highlight and Contour Palette. So inside you have 8 different shades. You have more like contour bronzer shades and then also highlight shades. You do have a nice mirror. These are $25. You can also find them at Ulta. And I have the bronzer on today from the palette, the one in Donut. I like this palette. I think it's okay. Again, I wouldn't be able to say it's a favorite. It performs nicely though. It's just nothing that like blows me away or that I'm like, everybody needs this, because you probably have those bronzers that you like. You probably have those highlights that you like. And the combination of what's in the 8L, I don't feel like is enough to be like, you guys, there's 4, 5, 6 different shades in here that are just so phenomenal. Like, you absolutely have to go get this palette. I just don't feel that way. Are they nice? Yes. Will I continue to reach for this? Sometimes. Like, it's not going to be like an absolute go-to, but I do still like it. I especially like the bronzer shades out of here. The highlights are just kind of okay to me. Like, they're okay. Like, they're good, but again, just nothing that gets me super, super hyped. So do you need to buy a whole palette where will your singles be good enough and all of that? Probably, but you know, it's $25 for 8 shades, nice packaging, nice mirror, big shades like I said, so it's not super crazy, you know, pricey or anything like that, but to me, it's just an okay product. So next up, I tried a blush from Kevyn Aucoin. So these are the new Neel Blushes, and there's 4 different shades that came out, and these are $38, I believe. Yes, $38. So this one here is in Grapevine, which is a rosy plum, which is what I have on my cheeks today. We also have Pink Sand, which I really do like Pink Sand. This is a soft, dusty pink, kind of like my tones. And the one I tried in the video was Sunset, which is described as a bright golden coral. I did pass along the 4th one to a friend. This was sent to me in PR as well, as was the Morphe, if I did not say that. Sunset I actually really do like. I just wore this the other day as well, and to me it looks like a really intimidating blush, but it's actually really beautiful. As long as you go light-handed and you don't just like totally stick your brush in the orange here, I think you can pull it off. But there's this nice kind of like golden highlighty color as well that you can either mix in or you can use it as a highlight. I actually really like this one, and I think I'll be wearing it a lot this summer. Like I said, I do have the Grapevine on today, and again, I really do like it. I kind of hit my brush right in the middle here, and I think it's really beautiful. It's not as much of as a highlight on this end, but it's a nice kind of like transition color. You can kind of hit over here, hit the transition over here, and then hit the middle, and it makes a cool, or you can, you know, sweep it all together, do what you want to do. But I like that you're kind of getting 3 different colors in each of these, because it's, you know, it's expensive. It's $38, but if you kind of break it down as like, well, you're kind of getting 3 blush shades in there, that one's not, you know, maybe not as bad. And then the last one here, I really like the Kevyn Aucoin blushes. I'm impressed with the quality of these. They're very pigmented, but not like too much. I'm not nervous to use the blush. I'm not afraid I'm gonna be too clownish. I do just have to be a little bit careful with Sunset because that orange is so bright and orange, but if I hit more towards like right in the middle, it's a really beautiful blush, and I see myself wearing this a lot. So I actually really do quite like these. And then the last product that I have to review is an eyeshadow palette. This is from Winkie Luxe. This is the Coffee palette. It's $25. So inside it looks like this. It does not have a mirror. It has these 9 very neutral shades in here. Obviously it's called the Coffee palette, so lots of neutrals and such. This palette was one, when I tried it out in that video, I had tried just a few shades prior to that, and I wasn't super impressed. I felt like there was a lot of fallout, but I actually had a different reaction when I was trying more of the shades in there and actually completing a full eye look. I had really good luck with it. There's not a lot of fallout when you are blending these shadows. When you pack on the shimmers, you can get fallout. I did today. This is the palette that I have on my eyes today. I used this middle shade right here as my shimmer, and I definitely had to brush away a lot of the shimmer, but I would just say that's not a huge negative for me, and I would just do my eyes before I do my face. I actually ended up really liking this palette more than I thought I would. Is it for everybody? Do you absolutely have to have these tones and this palette in your collection? Maybe not. That's for you to decide. I don't know what your collection looks like, but I think it's a pretty good, like, quality palette. I do wish it had a mirror. You know, it is $25, which again, it's not super expensive, but it's not, to me, it's not like super affordable at the same time. But the quality is good on these. The shimmers are good. I really enjoyed the mattes. I like these two browns over here. I used them in my crease today as well. I was pretty impressed with this palette. It does smell a lot like coffee, a lot. If that bothers you, if scents bothers you, you probably won't like it, because like I can still smell the coffee aroma right now. Yeah, I've been enjoying this for a nice neutral kind of everyday palette. Before we wrap up, I do have one kind of like bonus review in here. It's not from a past video, but it is this right here. This is from Saturday Skin. It is the Waterfall Glacier Water Cream. So I got this sent to me from Octoly. If you aren't familiar with Octoly, if you're a blogger, it's a really cool site to sign up with. You can basically apply to get sent certain items from specific brands, and they will send them to you in exchange for a review. So it's a really cool service. I know you do have to have a minimum like subscriber or follower account to be able to join Octoly, but I will definitely have a link down below if you're interested in it. But it's really cool to be able to test out certain products. It's really neat, but you do have a specific amount of time that you have to review products. So I typically don't request skincare from them, because sometimes skincare can just take a little bit of time to really test out how it's going for you. If you have any reactions, you need to stop and start over, things like that. But this came up on my free store, and I was like, I really want to try it. So I do need to review it, you know, per my terms for Octoly. So I thought what better place to put it in than a review video. So a little bonus one here with some skincare. It says there's Alaska Glacier Water. It says it will protect skin from free radicals while promoting optimal absorption of moisture. It says that it will calm and reduce inflammation while promoting hydration, and it also says that it promotes skin's natural regeneration process. That can be really good if you have like texture and stuff on your skin. And this guy is, let me tell you, $39. Okay, so I've been trying this guy out, trying to get a review for it. So the first thing that I noticed is that it really doesn't have a scent. Like, there's really, to me, no scent at all to it, which is kind of bizarre. This is what it looks like. You need such a small amount of product that I feel like I have maybe used it one time. just by looking at it. It does come with that little plastic guy that has, you know, product on it, and I always just use that guy up first. I just threw that away last night, 2 nights ago, because I was like, no, I'm gonna get all the product I want on there. You need a very small amount. It's going to go a very long way. It is so lightweight. When I put my finger in this, it honestly kind of feels like you're putting your finger in water. It's really quite bizarre. And when you put it onto your face, it's like you're just splashing your face with water with like a little bit of like a gel that you can feel. It feels really cool on the skin. It's very, very fast absorbing, which is really nice. That's another thing that I definitely noticed about it. And it's almost kind of like a cooling sensation on the face as well, which I appreciate in the morning. Irritate my skin at all. I do have sensitive skin. I also do have, I would say, like dry to normal skin right now. I am also 31. I didn't notice anything with like my sensitivity with it. I definitely have noticed that my skin has been feeling more hydrated lately, and you know, that could be a cause of putting this one into my skincare routine. I've really been liking this guy. I'm pretty darn impressed with it, so I'm really excited that Octoly and Saturday Skin decided to send this over to me. So I'm gonna have a great time keeping this in my collection, but wanted to add on that little bonus review. But after that, then that's gonna do it for today's video. Alright guys, so that is gonna be everything for today's video, following up on some of my first impression videos. I hope you enjoyed seeing the reviews. I hope you found this video helpful. I'll leave everything listed down below in case there's anything that you want to check out further. Again, make sure to check out the giveaway. You'll see what shades are in each of the different packages that I'm going to set aside for the different winners. Get entered via that generator. Good luck to everyone. Thank you for the continued support over here on YouTube. I will do my best to keep trying to give the support right back. But other than that, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. And if you did enjoy it, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up. I hope that you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.